We're going to a museum, the Palmetto
Paleontology Museum, founded by moi in 2023.
Really?
Yes.
This is right down Main Street. It's a beautiful area.
Yes.
Wow. How do you even get into a place like that?
The Somerville Museum and Research Center is a wonderful little establishment. It was already here, and we approached them and asked if they would like to partner with us to offer an exhibit for some of the amazing fossils of Dorchester County, and they said yes. So here we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Hey guys, welcome to the exhibit for the Palmetto Paleontology Museum. This exhibit and the museum itself focuses on pulling out and preserving the remains of ancient animals that date from roughly 50 million years all the way through to 1 million years ago here in Dorchester County, South Carolina. A lot of which is prehistoric dolphins, whales, we even have a rhinoceros in the room, and a walrus.
Wow.
Yes.
So let's dig in.
Let's do it. So we're going to ignore this specimen in this top shelf. These are 3D models of specimens. We're going to focus more on the bottom of this cabinet, which holds real fossils from here in the county. So here we have a giant beaver jaw that was recovered in Harleyville, South Carolina as part of the Camelot site. And
How old is that?
that one is estimated to be about 250,000 years.
And how big did they get? They got really big, apparently. Way bigger than today's beavers, right?
Yes.
Like 8 feet, maybe?
Yeah, something like that. They were huge.
Imagine that. Imagine the trees they could cut down. And then what's this over here?
This is a horse jaw, and then horse limb bones. These are from Ridgeville, South Carolina. And then the horse jaw in the back, that is actually from Beaufort, South Carolina.
Oh, that's from my Josh.
The limb bones were, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what's up next?
So down here, this is an Eocene age rhinoceros. So what that means is for the formation it was actually found in is 35 to 33 million years old. That is the only Eocene age rhinoceros ever discovered in South Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah. And then next to it, is the first and only Oligocene aged rhinoceros discovered east of the Mississippi River Valley. And that represents 22 to 23 million years old based on the deposit it was in, the dirt. And I actually discovered that a few years ago at the Palmetto Fossil Excursion's 100-acre pit.
Wow.
Yeah. There's more of that animal in storage.
Really?
Yes. I'm actually going to dig this weekend in that area to see if I can find any more of it.
Oh my God. I didn't know any of that.
All right. This is a mastodon molar that was donated into the collection by one of my buddies that wishes to remain anonymous, but he pulled that out of the Ashley River. These are some of my favorite little isolated bones. So those are ankle bones, also known as astragalus. Those were all discovered during a mass excavation that we did at the Whale Pond in Ridgeville, South Carolina in 2022. And then next we have the Gomphotherium. Those are cousins, Mastodon and the Gomphotherium. And that was also donated by my friend that wishes to stay anonymous. Ashley River specimen as well, so Dorchester County. And here we have a juvenile mammoth tooth. That was discovered by myself and Josh in Harleyville, South Carolina in 2020. And then on the next shelf down, we have Syntheocetus, a prehistoric giant-toothed whale. That particular animal, based on the age of the material it came out of, lived around 36 to 34 million years ago.
This is a whale? What I'm looking at right now?
No, this.
Oh, sorry. I skipped too low. Hold on. Wow. Whoa. That's a whale?
That's a whale.
Those are huge teeth. Oh, and then look at that tooth.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people that hunt for fossils refer to these as Christmas tree teeth.
Yeah, I can see why.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at that tooth. And there's its ear.
Yep, that is the outer ear bone and the inner ear bone.
Hmm. And what is that?
That is a camel jaw, and it belongs on a stand on the upper shelf. I need to fix that.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then these.
These are some very exciting fossils over here. So, they might be small, but they are mighty. These belong to the giant sea snake, Paleophis, the largest snake to ever live in our oceans. It got up to 60 feet long. And all three of those were recovered by our team in Harleyville. Me and Josh being the team on that one. And then over here, odic capsules. So a lot of people think that only the vertebrae and the teeth are what fossilized for sharks. That's not true. Actually, you can get what you see here, odic capsules, the prismatic cartilage. It can petrify and leave behind the structure of organs, their ears, the jaw even, in certain instances where it has just the right conditions.
Hmm.
So I love this article. It talks about how we, as the everyday fossil collectors, are often ridiculed by the scientific community and referred to as amateur paleontologists, when, you know, amateur, and it's quoted right here. Let's see. It's a term that some academics and journalists have tossed around to distinguish paleonthusiasts and doctorates from scholars with advanced degrees. But to Basak and her peers, the title's denotation, synonyms of amateur include novice, rookie, beginner, affords collectors only a modicum of the respect that they deserve. It is, in my opinion, an extremely derogatory term. I just prefer to be called paleontologist. After all, I study the life on Earth prior to human existence. I don't need a degree to do that. I don't need a degree to locate, excavate, reconstruct, and preserve these animals for science to take place at a later date. Maybe one day I'll even publish on my own. It doesn't require a degree to publish in paleo, so here we are. But you know, in this article, it highlights how 98% of what's housed in museums across the country today in the United States were, you know, those fossils were actually found by quote unquote amateurs. People that had no degree, they were just out doing what they love as a hobby, and they came across remains of ancient animals, and they did the right thing and made the call to have that, you know, brought in for science. And how one of our goals with the Palmetto Paleontology Museum is to democratize the science and let people know that you do not have to have a degree to make a difference in this field. Yeah.
All right, back to the case here.
Mm-hmm. So that is a nautiloid. Aturia is the genus. And I discovered that while out hunting with my buds John and Jordy one day. If I'm not mistaken, that is actually the largest nautiloid discovered in South Carolina.
And what is a nautiloid?
It is a giant predatory, it's like a squid snail type thing. Not really.
Yeah, we don't have them anymore.
No. Kind of weird.
I kind of wish we still had them.
Yeah, they'd be really cool. Wasn't it like a squid with a shell?
Hmm.
Let me see.
Big shells. Oh, there's the ecphoras. I know those are predatory.
The giant predatory snail of the Pliocene. I love those things. A nautiloid is a family of cephalopod mollusks with spiral shells. And here This is a type of xenoropid dolphin, a Covinator sandersi, and this is from a place that we called the White Pond, and it was another big excavation that we did.
Look at those teeth.
Aren't they pretty?
And this is an undescribed dolphin.
Mm-hmm. Most likely a squalodelphinid, but with the brain case missing and no ear bones, in order for a definitive identification, we would need to take what we call morphometric measurements and then feed it through something called phylogenetic analysis, which would then give us a probable answer. Yeah. Over here, we have Xenoropus simplicidens, and that is a dolphin from the 100-acre pit that I discovered in 2023, and myself, Joshua, Mark, and Caleb excavated this. One of our assistants on that excavation, Caleb, was only 14 at the time.
Whoa, and then what is that?
That is Ontocetus emonsi. That is a prehistoric walrus that lived 1.1 to 2.1 million years ago. We discovered that during the Whale Pond project, like it says right there on the tag, summer of 2022, which was a project courtesy of Key West Boats. This is Ankylorhiza sp. This is a giant spear-toothed dolphin located in Ridgeville, South Carolina. I had to have a lot of help getting this one out of the ground. There's a lot more of this animal, vertebrae, ribs, all that, but that is all currently in storage. And this, it says SP on the tag there because this is an undescribed species. We know the genus, but we do not know the species yet.
Crazy teeth on that.
Mm-hmm. So this is an associated set of angusidens.
And what does associated mean?
Associated means belonging to one animal. Yeah. So this is from a river in Charleston, and these all belong to the same shark. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah. There's actually more vertebrae to this still. And a few more teeth that go to it as well. If you look at these two teeth right here, look at the root shape. See how similar they are?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you think they were stuck like that in the mouth right there?
Mm-hmm. Not those two, but the ones to the two that are sitting side by side.
Oh, these two?
Those two right there.
Okay, that one and that one?
Yep.
Okay.
It's hard to tell on camera, but when you're holding them in your hand, they are practically identical.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just an example of a nice megalodon tooth discovered by Luke. And then one of my favorite pieces from the 100-acre pit. A megalodon tooth sitting on top of a whale ear bone matrix piece.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whale ear. There's the meg.